Now to the UK and the growing agony there over energy prices. Millions of people in Britain are braced for energy bills to shoot up this coming winter. Our London correspondent Alex Isaac reports now on the impact of inflation on those with disabilities.
Energy will soon get unaffordable for a significant portion of the British population. The war in Ukraine and its global fallout have hit the crude market hard. Oil and gas prices are skyrocketing, fueling a grave cost of living crisis. The UK government has announced its aid to help soften the upcoming economic blow, and among this is a £150 payout intended to help people with disabilities.
The energy cap announcement of rising energy costs will come into effect for around 24 million households in England, Scotland and Wales on default energy tariffs on October 1st and will remain.
Activists for people with disabilities saying that the people are struggling and it is a matter of life and death for them if the government does not step in.
The only way I can describe this as a disabled person is we already are in our own cost of living crisis, because nobody really understands about the extra costs that we as disabled people face. And physically, there are no more hours in the day, or there are no more jobs I can physically do in order to maximise my income. So it's very worrying. All we're being told is that everything's going to go up, but there's no support there to help you. And also, I think a lot of people think that the amount of benefits that you get is enough to meet your extra costs, but even that isn't enough. So we're always living in this cycle of deficit and worry, and money is a non-negotiable thing. Why is it that perhaps if you are born with or you've acquired a condition or an impairment that has impacted your ability to work, that you then have to face all of this stress, you have to go without? And to be quite frank, disabled people will die as a result of this, and that's because of the lack of support that we are able to get.
Nearly 6 million people will be receiving the one-off £150 payout starting from the 20th of September. The Department of Pensions says they understand how difficult current pressures are for people with disabilities and their carers, which is why they have put a strong financial support system in place, but the critics are not impressed.
Especially when nearly half of everyone in this country that lives in poverty is either disabled or lives with a disabled family member. And also, anyone can become disabled at any time. Look at the millions of people that are living with long COVID. They're the most recent examples that we have of that. So we can't just ignore disabled people. We're not just going to go away. The government have to have targeted support. £150, quite frankly, is an insult.
In a statement, the DWP said, "We understand how difficult current pressures are for people with disabilities and their carers. That's why we have put a strong financial support system. 8 million low-income households will also be receiving at least £1,200 for direct payments this year. We urge people to check they are getting all the help to which they're entitled."
Charities are warning that disabled people will be among the hardest hit groups over winter as a result, and they are already being forced to cut back on carers amid spiralling living costs.
As winter sets in, more and more people are likely to be asking for help. The government needs to be quicker in offering answers. This is Alex Isaac for WION. World is One.